Hello. Thank you for this opportunity today to present to you Pride for Youth's Tehama County LGBT Youth Center Campaign Grant Proposal. My name is Mitchell Ross, and I am the grant writer for this proposal. We have a serious problem at hand. LGBT youth in Tehama County currently do not have a safe and healthy environment to group together. These young members of our community are being overlooked and swept underneath the rug. The mental and physical health of these youth are at risk, and there is currently nothing being done about it. The youth of our country represents the future, and it has always been this way. Our youth are our most important members of society because they will always be the ones to take over for the next generations. Too often the youth of the United States are treated poorly by society. Many of the times, young individuals are not seen as unique. They are all placed into one category and do not get the individual attention and care they deserve. Many minorities of the youth are often misguided and left with very little choices to be included in their communities. A specific group that I am addressing is the LGBT youth. Tehama County is a very rural and conservative county where acceptance of the LGBT community is less than adequate. Because of the negative attitude towards the LGBT community, LGBT youth have an increased risk to experience violence. These risks include bullying, teasing, harassment, and suicide behaviors. According to the data from Youth Risk Behavior Studies, also known as YRBS, conducted during 2001 to 2009 in 7 states and 6 large and urban school districts. The percentage of LGBT students across the sites who were threatened or injured with a weapon on school property in the prior year ranged from 12% to 28%. Many studies have indicated that LGBT youth are more than twice as likely to have attempted suicide than their heterosexual peers. Here are the facts that prove this issue is serious. The LGBT youth in Tehama County are at a higher risk for suicide due to the fact that in rural areas there is an isolation from other LGBT youth, and also because of the lack of mental health resources in the community. LGBT youth are often not supported by their families, and they often suffer from harassment even at school. Only 27% of rural students nationwide reported having a gay-straight alliance in their schools. Tehama County School District currently has no gay-straight alliance programs at their schools. Suicide rates are nearly doubled in rural communities than that of urban communities. Here are some statistics that prove that there is much less support for LGBT youth found in schools in rural communities than in urban communities based on presence on intervention and support. 27% of rural students reported having a gay-straight alliance at school, compared to 55% of suburban students and 53% of urban students. But when there was a gay-straight alliance at school, rural students were more likely to attend than urban and suburban students. 11% of rural LGBT students reported having an LGBT inclusive curriculum, which is having been taught positive things about LGBT people, history, or events in their classes, significantly less than the 18% of suburban and 20% of urban students. The individuals who are openly gay have to deal with harassment on a daily basis from other peers, family, and even their teachers. For the individuals that are too afraid to disclose their sexual orientation, they have to live in fear and often hide away from others. These children need guidance and support because they are not getting it anywhere currently in their lives. Just one person to understand and support them can ultimately save their lives. Studies have shown that most LGBT youth are happy and thrive during their adolescent years. Many of them attend school that sets a very positive setting for them to be able to have self-acceptance and grow as an individual. Many LGBT youth have supportive parents who create a safe place at home where they can be comfortable being themselves. However, there are many instances where LGBT youth do not have that safe environment to belong to. According to cdc.gov, some LGBT youth are more likely to experience violence in school and at home rather than their heterosexual peers. According to the Human Rights Campaign, 26% of LGBT youth say their biggest problems are not feeling accepted by their family, trouble at school, bullying, and a fear to be out open. 22% of non-LGBT youth say their biggest problems are trouble with classes, exams, and grades. Here is our solution. We are the Pride for Youth organization. Our mission is to enrich the lives of the LGBT youth in our community so that they will be able to live life with a better understanding of themselves and will be able to show their pride. We are a new organization, but we will be working with the NorCal Outreach Project, which is a well-established organization that has been helping the LGBT community in the North State for years. Our solution is to create an LGBT youth center in Tehama County where organized activities and events can take place that will increase the overall well-being of the LGBT youth and instill them with a sense of self-pride. There are currently no gay-straight alliances in schools located in Tehama County. Because of this, it is our organization's duty to fulfill the needs of the LGBT youth. For them to be able to thrive, they need to feel socially, emotionally, and physically safe. Creating an LGBT youth center is really the best intervention for the issue. A different approach would be to get schools to start gay-straight alliances, but that would prove to be more difficult of a goal. Our organization's facility will offer a variety of activities for participants to enjoy and be a part of. There will be HIV and sexually transmitted disease testing and counseling available. We will always have a staff member at hand that will provide social and psychological services to all of the LGBT youth members. The members will connect through discussion groups, creative art workshops, social activities, events, and performing arts. Our goal is to provide a safe environment for LGBT youth in which they can form relationships, personal and professional skills, and find a healthy sense of identity. We will have a fully scheduled facility with classes, networking time, workshops, and group social activities. We know that this solution will work because research has shown that LGBT youth who are a part of a support group have significantly less experiences of violence. Our organization is modeling our program off of The Center, which is an LGBT youth center in New York City. They have a leadership program that has proved to be very successful in increasing the overall well-being of the participants. To ensure that our programs and activities are successful, we will have our future members participate in a tri-annual evaluation to monitor the effectiveness of the program. The leadership programs will include peer leadership training, summer camp, discussion groups, college preparation, career support, personal or vocational guidance, externships and internships, and mentoring. With the triannual evaluations, a staff member will sit down with each youth member and use qualitative research to ask them questions to see if their overall well-being has improved. Within 3 months of the program, we expect youth participation of 75% of enrolled youth in at least half of all the activities offered at the facility. We hope for a better tomorrow, a quote by Harvey Milk. All young people, regardless of sexual orientation or identity, deserve a safe and supportive environment in which to achieve their full potential. These are the changes we anticipate through our program. We will see a huge change in the amount of openly LGBT youth. The discrimination and fear that these young people have faced for so long will soon disappear into the past. Violence and bullying will decrease in the lives of these youth, and they will be a part of a support group that understands them and pushes them to succeed. The community will also benefit through this program. This LGBT youth facility will be a milestone for the LGBT community in Tehama County. This will be the first step in the community to have more acceptance and understanding of the LGBT youth. Therefore, the community will be brought closer together, and in the end, the issue will be solved. That concludes my grant presentation. Thank you for your time and consideration of my grant proposal. I am now free to answer any questions and to hear any concerns that any of you might have.